Thank you. All right.
Richard, can I ask you to repeat what you just said? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear with the noise in here when you were mentioning that Anthony Joshua fight that's going to be shown on DAZN, and you said that your heavyweight that's fighting on this card, his fight's going to be viewed by more people. Could you
Yes, well, basically what I said was, you know, if you look at this weekend's card on Facebook, which by the way I think it's great that Facebook shows an interest in boxing, I think that's fantastic, and I applaud them for that. Facebook is a big player. They have, like, you know, hundreds of millions of subscribers and so on, but they were able to attract, I think the peak was 57,000 viewers. So, you know, it's not bad, I mean, but it's not really great either. I mean, 57,000 people, you cannot really build somebody with that kind of audience. It's impossible. And then you look at the Zone, which is going to have Anthony Joshua fight on the Zone, and I bet you they won't even crack 10,000 subscribers. You know, maybe they're going to have 20,000. I don't know, I doubt it. But it's difficult to build somebody into a star when you don't have the eyeballs. And what I was saying with this card here with Ortiz and Molina, it's going to be on Fox Sports 1, it's going to be on Fox Deportes, it's going to be in prime time Sunday, which is a great day, by the way. Most big sporting events actually are on Sundays. It's prime time, 9 o'clock East Coast, 6 o'clock Pacific, and so I can assure you, and that's what I said, you can print it in capital letter, that substantially more people here in the US will see Joe Joyce than they will see Anthony Joshua.
Richard, you're a businessman, and Facebook is such a huge platform. How does one go about to leverage that already existing audience to tune into these platforms? Like you mentioned, I watch the Golden Boy card, so you can see what the numbers are when you watch a fight of how many people are tuning in. If you could craft it yourself, how do you leverage it to make sure these people tune in?
I would know exactly how to do it, and that's why, you know, we broke records for Floyd Mayweather on the pay-per-view, and how we promote here now, putting our guys on Fox Sports 1 in prime time. So I'm not going to go and give anybody, you know, how I would do it, but I'm sure Oscar has the blueprint.
When you have these new fighters who are now going to be on, like Joe Joyce, they're going to be on this huge platform, does what you advise them as a promoter change as opposed to what you tell a fighter who is, say, opening the show compared to a fighter who's going to be part of the broadcast? Do you give them any separate guidance, advice, etc.?
I think they know. You know, it's funny. I mean, I just talked to Carlos before, and he says, "Man, I'm gonna turn in a show. You know, I know it's going to be televised." And he's totally fired up, and so is Joe. I mean, Joe is so excited to be able to have his television debut here on Fox FS1, where he knows a huge audience will watch, and he knows first impressions matter. So you don't need to tell them, because they're ready to step it up. I think the bigger, you know, these are Olympians. These are all Olympians, which have a tremendous amateur background. They've been waiting for these kind of moments, and so they're ready to go. I mean, they're ready to challenge for world titles within 12 months.
I talked to your two main event combatants, John Molina and Victor, and asked them, you know, a lot of the term crossroad fight gets thrown around when you have two competitors who are at this stage in their career, and what their thoughts were on that term. What are your thoughts on that term? Is it a crossroad fight? Is it a bump on the road? How would you categorize this type of fight between them?
Well, I tell you, I think it's a crossroad fight. It's crosstown rivals, but in the end of the day, it's two of the most exciting fighters. Whenever they fight, it's entertainment. And, you know, as they say, styles make fights. Those two styles are made for each other. I cannot guarantee you that it is going to be the fight of the year, but I can pretty much guarantee you it will be a fight of the year. They're just not capable of doing anything else. And in the end, boxing is entertainment. And for those people who are going to be watching live at the Citizens Bank building in Ontario, or on FS1 or Fox Deportes, those who haven't seen boxing, I can guarantee you there will be fans. And it's these kind of fights and events and cards which attract more casual or non-boxing fans to the sport. And that's what ultimately it is. And we can take a page out of the UFC playbook in that regard. You know, you have guys fighting in main events with 8 wins and 5 losses and stuff like that. It's not so much about how many wins and how many losses. Of course it matters. It's about putting together exciting fights. Fights where you and you and you and pretty much everybody in the room doesn't know who is going to win. And that's what Ortiz Molina is.
And, wait, one final question. You mentioned that major sporting events take place on Sunday, right? Super Bowl, WrestleMania, all these big events typically take place on a Sunday. Is it Ringstar's mission to kind of spearhead going back to putting events on Sundays when families are at home to tune in, or will you always be a traditional guy?
No. I love Sundays. I love to try different things. There's no book where it says big fights have to be on a Saturday. As a matter of fact, you know, we did a Sunday Fox show before from Lancaster, and it was a big success. And I do believe there's something to be said to put big events on Sundays. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even shy away of putting a big pay-per-view event on a Sunday. Nobody has ever done that. I mean, why is the Super Bowl on a Sunday afternoon? Because people are at home. The fact is, on Saturdays, if you start a pay-per-view event 6 o'clock, usually 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock Pacific time. I mean, the core audience, I'm talking about Latinos, I'm talking about hardworking people. They work on Saturdays, and they hardly have time to get home on time to watch a pay-per-view event at 5 or 6 o'clock at night. So why not do it on a Sunday where people are off, where they can enjoy the day with the families, they can do barbecues like I do on Super Bowl. Why not take a Sunday event? And I think that's something I definitely eventually want to do. Thank you.
Obviously, this